Hello, gorgeous. I want to talk to you about one of the side effects of making amazing changes in your life. So, you maybe did something new in your relationship, or made a health change, or a home organization thing, whatever it is, you're feeling amazing. It's everything that you hoped for and more. You notice it, everybody in your life is talking to you about it and wondering where your glow is coming from. And you keep asking yourself, what took me so long? Why didn't I do this sooner? And the reason that I really want to help you work through that, to give space to the feeling, but also to let it go, is one, you're sabotaging your enjoyment of your new life a little bit, right? Like you are living the transformation, and then there's this judgment that you have about like, but this could have happened like 2 years ago. And it's really important to kind of give a voice to that part of you, but not let it be the entire megaphone in your head. Because two, the second reason is a lot of the time, people actually end up undoing the transformation that they make because it's so uncomfortable to be in that feeling of, wow, this feels really good. I actually do have grief for the version of myself that didn't get to feel this way, that actually went through a lot of pain. And so when it's hard for us to hold that, we might unconsciously bring ourselves back to the point before we made the transformation, and it can be really hard to like maintain. I'm sure you've heard all those stories about people who like won the lottery and then ended up bankrupt because they didn't want to feel that sense of like possibility after so long feeling really stuck and really struggling. And three, this tapping, it might be about a specific transformation that you made today. You might be thinking of something specific, but this tapping is also preventative for like transformations that you haven't made yet, but might be unconsciously holding yourself back from because, again, like, of course we want to avoid that feeling of judgment of like, what? It could have been like this the whole time and I just stopped it. So we're going to be using EFT tapping to really exaggerate the judgment and kind of like look at them from a magnified place so that we can digest them and let them go and like ride into the sunset of our beautifully cultivated, transformed lives. So if you have never tapped before, it's super simple. You just follow along where I'm tapping. You tap on yourself, and then you repeat the phrases that I'm saying so that you can light up that part of your brain where language and memories and narratives live and rewire it. No big deal. What? Like it's hard. Okay, so we're going to start on the side of the hand. Just tap where I'm tapping and repeat after me. I finally did it. I made this epic change. And it feels so amazing. And I'm so proud of myself. And to be honest, like, it's even better than I expected in some ways. And so naturally, I'm feeling completely devastated. This totally sucks. I feel like I'm living my dream life. And I'm living it from the perspective of me 6 months ago, just longing for this change and not being able to do it. looking at that version of myself is really painful. Because I feel like I did this to her. I kept the goods from her. I was too stubborn or lazy or whatever judgment I want to throw at myself. I got the memo that this transformation was available, but I put it at the bottom of the pile. And even though it's hard to enjoy the change that I made, I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself. And even though I regret not making this change sooner, I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself. And even though in another 5 years, I'm probably going to look back at myself now and think, oh, stupid. Why didn't she do X, Y, and Z yet? I choose to love, forgive, and accept myself for that too. Because making changes is hard. For a lot of reasons. And that's what makes me so badass for doing it anyway. Okay, so let's pause there and take a deep breath in and let it go. So notice anything that got stirred up. Notice anything that resonated with you or didn't quite fit. That's all okay. You can still say the words or you can change the words, whatever you want to do. And we're going to get started on the full tapping. I love that I made this change. For real, for real. I'm like basking in it. And I feel so sad for myself 6 months ago. The self that didn't know if she could do it. The self that had really good reasons for not trying. The self that was maybe scared or maybe not supported. She actually lives in my mind. And if she could see what is happening with us right now, she would be so thrilled. And I feel like I can't talk to her. But it's not like no one's ever written a letter to their past self before. Maybe what this is bringing up for me is that I'm also sad about the people that I really can't reach. The people who walked so that I could run. Maybe part of me feels guilty that I was even in a position to make this change. Because it's possible that I couldn't have done it without them. And even though I wish everybody could experience this, I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself. And I choose to let myself feel the goodness of it. As a tribute to everybody else who won't or can't. I am really judgmental about how long this took me. And when I think about it, maybe that's because everybody in society is in a hurry. And maybe every time I did something cool when I was a kid, it was met with, oh, that's nice, but that you misspelled these words. But you were supposed to do it in blue pen. When there was always a but, it makes it hard for me to not but myself. But that's a skill that I can learn too. I'm so happy that I made this change. I almost feel like I have to make up for lost time. But it's safe for me to just enjoy it. It's safe for me to be an amazing partner or person or wherever it was that I made the change. And to let it ripple out. And to let myself notice when I am hesitant to make the next change. Because I do things in my own time. And even though I'm judging and rushing myself, I choose to love, accept, and forgive myself. And even though I wish I had made this change sooner, I made it when I made it. And there's really no such thing as finally. Because it took what it took. And I have so much reverence for the road. that I walked on and sometimes crawled on. Because that road led me to right now. And let's be real. This change that I made is amazing. But life is still gonna life. And maybe part of what I'm feeling is that mix. That this change helped a lot of things, but there's a lot of things that it just won't touch. And I'm seeing the whole symphony of my emotions. Maybe with this epic key change. And I'm still very much me. With all the past versions of myself, like gorgeous Russian dolls. And I wouldn't have it any other way. All right. So let's pause there, take a deep breath in, and let it go. That was amazing. Yeah, I want you to play this video anytime you feel resistant to something and you're not totally sure why. It might not be that you are worried about what might not happen. It might be that you're worried about how amazing you can feel. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if anything stood out to you, and I would love to hear some of the transformations that you've made, that you're excited to make, and everything that you're going to use this tapping for. And above all, let's not judge ourselves. Let's not shame ourselves. It took the time that it took, and I'm so glad that you're here.